Alright, so this is my review of the Academy Dual Disc from Yugioh GX. So what I like most about this thing is that it looks kind of stylish, and this also doubles a field. Many of you out there are thinking, oh, he's wearing a toy, this is a toy. But no, this literally doubles as a field. People just think that this is like a collectible or something else, but me, this is a field. Because say if you have an all-in-one PC, or your camera can't point all the way down toward your field when you're doing a Skype duel, this is what the dual disc is for. So yeah, quit complaining. So you got your basic card zones, and what I like most about mine is they can do this, not that, like this. Like when I do that, it comes out completely. So this is the full version of it. So now here's a secret I don't think nobody knows. Like this thing, you know, the field here, this thing tilts. I don't think anybody realizes that. People might think, oh, it's going to break, or when they did that, they felt like, oh, it's going to break, but no, this thing tilts like so. You hear that? This thing was made to tilt. So mainly because it's hard to put your cards in this slot and this slot, because if it were just like this, like the original. So what they did was make it tilt, and I think that's pretty cool. Now the red light here that was on mine is kind of shorted out, and the life point counter shorted out on mine. I don't know what happened, it just happened, so stick with it. Plus, I use the iDual Pro app on the iPhone for my life points and stuff like that. So you got your monster card zones, you got your magic and trap card zones. Yes, I said magic because that's the original Japanese word. Live with it. And here's the field magic card zone. The only problem I have with the field magic card zone is that, let's say if you're in the middle of a duel, you win, and you look through your deck and you realize your field magic's missing. This is the reason why. It's like it's a totally unnoticeable slot, and you could easily forget about your card in here. Yeah, I have the original dual disc. In fact, it's sitting right here. But as I mentioned in my first video about these two, the top panel here is broken. I tried super gluing it back on, but what that did is if you pull the lever, it doesn't flip out anymore. So I'm gonna have to order a new one off of eBay. So here's the deck card holder slot. I believe this holds up to 80 plus card sleeves, because you know your deck is too big when your deck doesn't exactly fit in the disc. Like you're putting pressure on it, trying to squeeze it in as hard as you can. And I believe the graveyard holds like 16 cards or so. Yeah, Yusi's disc, Yusi from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 Dragons, has the expandable deck slot here. So what I like to do is that when I'm putting in my deck, I tilt this thing all the way to the bottom, and when I'm dueling, I tilt it up so it's easier to get my cards out. So yeah, this is just a little demonstration. It's easy to put the cards in the slots, like so. The only bad thing about the disc is that I think it messes up the cards over time, but who really cares about that? Now let's talk about how you hold this thing. It straps on the bottom like this, and you get a little soft felt thing here. What I did with mine when I got this disc is that I took the strap from the original disc, put it on here, and swapped it vice versa. You know what I mean, right? And the only bad thing I hate about this thing is that over time it hurts your wrist, and it leaves a mark on your hand palm here. That's the only thing I hate about this thing. Plus, it's a little bulky, but it's the only other field I've got aside from like a regular mat zone. So yeah, overall, I give this thing an 8 out of 10. The 2 points missing. Number one, it kind of hurts when you're having it on for a while. Number 2, you can't see your field magic card more than half the time and you forget about it. Overall, it's a pretty good field. I wish it were real. Doesn't anybody else wish? Like, I wish they'd use these at tournaments more often. I mean, yes, it's a toy, but in reality, it's an extra field. People just don't use it because, oh, it's a toy, it's going to mess up my card, etc., etc. No, it's a field.